Hi everybody, I'm back, and I'm back to do a reading today. I've set all of my intentions. I've gotten the space sacred. I've got all of the intentions for the healing that all of you received today set and ready. Takes a little bit, but yeah, we're ready to rock and roll. So today, we're reaching into the woo a little bit. I'm going to do a reading on non-playing characters. So this is something that's been being talked about. I heard about it, I don't know, on Jacko. And he was saying that many years ago, it had come into his consciousness. A psychic had talked about this a long time ago. So she was way ahead of the curve, right? And Jacko said, back then it sounded a little far out there to him, but, he keeps his mind open. This has been something apparently that's been really coming into consciousness at this point, and I thought we should probably do a reading on it, right? Just because it'd be fun. The nice thing about what is going on right now with all of us is we're all learning together. Our consciousness is opening up even more. So even those of us that have been awake in many areas over decades are learning new things now. We're hearing about new things. We're learning about new things. This is Palo Santo, you guys. It smells wonderful. It's a sacred wood. It creates a sacred space. It gets rid of everything that is negative. It brings in balance. It brings in that feminine energy. It creates a sacred space, and it smells phenomenal, okay? Just so that you guys know. Yeah, so we're all learning together. We're hearing things. Things are being brought into our consciousness that maybe hadn't been there before. And so these non-playing characters are pretty interesting to me. I'm sure all of you throughout the years have said things like, man, when you just look in that person's eyes, it seems like there's nothing there. Void, right? We've all met people like that. Met them, know them. May even have them in our families, like, where we have said there's something missing. There's something that isn't there. When you look into their eyes, you can see that there's something that's not there, right? So, and I've often said, sometimes meeting these people, either they're lacking something that a lot of us have, or they carry something we don't. That's always been another thought process that I've had, like, perhaps carrying that dark energy. You know what I'm talking about. So anyway, today, these non-playing characters, what I understand of them is these people they don't have souls, right? So they're here in the background, living lives, but they're soulless. And I find that very interesting. Where do they come from? Are they created? I heard someone say maybe you even have a non-playing character in your own family. That's very interesting to me. Like, how would that come into being? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, your family got pregnant and had this kid. So, how is it that two people could create something that was soulless? I don't believe that's the case, right? I don't believe that's the case. That just doesn't feel right to me. So in my train of thought, I would be thinking these non-playing characters, a cabal created, and that would maybe explain our government and it would explain Hollywood and a lot of other weird shit, right? So we're just going to take a look at the non-playing characters today. Yeah, I guess you would have, I don't know. I mean, I in my head, I'm trying to work it out from a human standpoint, right? So I'm saying, all right, well, I guess you would have to have other non-playing characters agreeing to bring more non-playing characters into like their family to create this illusion of people with souls. You know, I don't know. It's pretty far out there, isn't it? And yet in my head, it's completely possible because I keep my mind wide open, you guys. That's the thing. I try not to get into that biased belief system where I believe this and I've only believed this, so this cannot be. I try to keep my mind wide open. Wide open. I don't want to be, you know, if I'm wide open to possibilities, then I'm not going to be disappointed, and that also opens me up for education, right? So if we're not totally open to things, then we learn nothing. I don't know how many times I have over the years met people, the know-it-alls, who know everything. They know it all, and therefore they don't learn anything because they think they already know it all. And we see that in so many areas. We see that with our doctors. The doctors don't want you to come with information that you may have gleaned from somewhere other than where they've learned what they've learned, because what they've learned is right and that's it, and they're not open. And that creates problems, right? That creates problems, and it stunts our growth. So I just thought that today I would ask universe and my highest version of self, our source energy that created all that is, you know, naturally, the natural creation, that which loves us as spirit guides, my Reiki guides, the guides that I work with here, helping to enlighten me and teaching me along this path. All of that which loves us and has our highest and greatest good for intentions, only and always, to step in and we'll learn a story here around these non-playing characters. And then, depending on what I get, I guess, will depend on the questions I ask from that, or if I even need to ask any more questions from that, right? I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what we get anyways. So let's take a look at these non-playing characters. All right, so I've been talking with my guides all day. They know what it is that I'm seeking this morning. So let's just do it up and see what we get. Non-playing characters. Oh my gosh, you guys. Well, as the King of Wands comes up, as far as these non-playing characters go, the King of Wands would show me leadership, right? So we have these people in leadership. They're in our leadership. They're probably everywhere, you guys. Above that, we got this, and that means that information has been tied up. They have not let this information out. Across from that, there is a light being shown on it, and that's why it's come into our consciousness. That's why we're hearing about it. That's why I'm here today doing a reading on it. But there's a light being shown on this, and it's important that it is. It's important that we know the truth about the world that we're living in. We've been so naive. We've been naive because we haven't been allowed the information to educate us, really, right? But there is a light being shown on this. With the Hermit, it's like, it's time that this is, you can't not see this anymore. We have to bring this into our consciousness. This has to have a light shown on it. We have to know the truth around this. It's apparent that these things are real. Non-playing characters, it's real. according to what I'm getting. Okay, you guys? So above that, the light is being shown on this so that it can create an ending to this. This has got to come to an end. This reminds me, you guys, of the stuff that they did, you know, in Atlantis. And this is why Atlantis fell. Atlantis fell because of the misuse of gifts and knowledge, creating abominations, right? Creating abominations. So the light has got to be shown on this. We've got to end this for humanity's sake. This is a happy ending. This has got to be ended for humanity's sake. Wow. What's driving this entire reading, you guys, is that this cycle is coming to pass. It's coming to end. And I guess that's why we're seeing it now, why it's being brought into light, because it has to end. It will create a better world for people with souls. It will create a better world for people and animals. Animals have souls. We have souls. This planet is a living being. So if we get rid of these non-playing characters, if this is shown a light on and this practice is stopped, it's going to be for the best for this world and humanity. So it does have to end. But listen, they have been doing this for a long time. This is the Queen of Cups, you guys. So the Queen of Cups, man, she has a thought and she brings it into being. She focuses on it. She's like, let's do it. And so let's do it. And they did it in abundance. They did it in abundance. So a big portion of our planet, it's abundant with non-playing characters. Abundant. Wow. Wow. All right. So, because I did get the leadership, I got many leaders, non-playing characters, soulless. Now that would make sense, wouldn't it? Wouldn't it? I mean, we look around the world. I look at this country and the people leading this country, and the people that have led this country, and the terrible things they do. That would make sense. So off the leadership card, I'm going to say, okay, so we know that many leaders of the world are non-playing characters. I'm going to be nosy, and I'm going to ask, does that mean that their wives and children, pretend children or whatever, are also non-playing characters? Would that mean the entire family of a particular person also be non-playing characters? Let's see what we get. It's like half and half, and it's been going on since ancient times. So I would bet you anything that this is a practice that the people who survived Atlantis and Lemire, that survived and moved forward in this it's a big game to them, I think. Many of them brought the practice because this is why Atlantis fell, the abominations that they were creating. So many of them brought this practice with them, and it's been going on for a long time. So yeah, moving forward from ancient times, these people that we have thought were people many of them have been non-playing characters. So it started a long time ago, you guys. This has been going on since ancient times, okay? they moved forward with this and they've been doing it right along. According to what I'm getting, they apparently think that it's healing. Somehow they think, somehow these people think that this is a good idea. It's like they play God. It's like they play God. Wow. So some of these people do know that they're non-playing characters. Or at least the people high up that have been pushing this forward for all these years. So yeah, this has been going on. So yeah, these like probably the royal family and things like that, you guys. Wow. All right, so yes, we're getting higher arcana cards. Yes, whole families. Whole families, non-playing characters. All right. Now I want to ask off of the Emperor. Do these people know? Do they know? Like, so if they're a non-playing character, do they know that they're a non-playing character? Like, are they made aware of the fact that they don't have a soul? And, they're not one of Source's natural creations. Have they been made aware of that? Do they know? I want to know if they know. Or are they oblivious? Do they not know? Are they just pawns, Because very well, with this card, they could be pawns. They could be. So let's see. Do they know that they are non-playing characters, soulless characters? Do they know? We got the moon. Wow, we're getting some higher arcana cards around this. This is crazy stuff, huh? So we got the moon. As far as they know, they don't know. They don't know. They don't know that they're not. A portion of these people don't know that they're a non-playing character. They don't know. It's a mystery. It's a mystery. Only certain people would know. Would have known. It's a mystery. It's mysterious. Because the moon can be very mysterious. Hides things, right? The moon hides things. It crosses things over, but it can also hide things. So not every non-playing character knows that they're a non-playing character. Now I have another question. Would these non-playing characters that are oblivious to the fact that they're a non-playing character, would these people be more inclined to be atheists? See, because we have that spark of life in us, right? We have that spark. We have that connection to Source. We have that connection to the universe, right? And that's always there. It's always there. We feel it. Even if we try to deny it or denounce it at some point in our life, which I know a lot of people do, but then come back around to it. I've never denied it or denounced it. It's always been right there in me. And I think, I know other people that it's just always been right there in them. They've never questioned it. But I'm wondering if these people that are non-playing characters, if they're the ones more likely to be like atheist-based, right? Because they wouldn't feel that spark. They wouldn't feel, you know what I'm talking about. It's hard to put words into that feeling, but that massive connection that we feel to something way bigger than ourselves, that we know we came from and we'll go back to, and we carry in us and we radiate out of us. And you know what I'm saying? So I'm wondering if these people would be more apt to take on that atheist belief system, not believe in Source. We hear people ranting and raving about that stuff, right? Would these non-playing characters be more apt to be those types of people, the atheists that really just say there's nothing? It's because there's nothing for them. So they wouldn't be wrong, but it would be because there's really nothing for them and they don't feel that in them, right? Let's see. Yeah. Yeah, they're the people that wouldn't be drawn to, this is a church, you guys. So remember, in reference to the way that that question we're asking, and it makes a difference, right? So yeah, these would be the people that wouldn't be drawn to spiritual or religious practices. They wouldn't be drawn to God or source or that spark that we feel within us. They wouldn't be drawn to that. They wouldn't be drawn to it because they don't hold it. They don't hold it. They're non-playing characters. Let's get a little more story. Quite a few people in the community like that, you guys. Whole communities. Wow. Okay. Okay. And we know that because we got up here that they're abundant. They're abundant. So, and then we got, yeah, whole communities. So, I think, what else do we want to ask, right? So I'm going to ask flat out, I want to know, are a lot of these, I'm going to ask off of, I think I'm going to ask off the hermit, shining the light on this situation. I want the hermit to let me know, are a lot of the Hollywood, these big famous people in Hollywood, these massive stars in our music industries, these people that get all this fame and are revered, these people that should not be revered because they're just people just like you and I. Well, no, now we're finding out they're not just like you and I. But still, we just should not be giving our power away and worshiping anybody. And I've never understood all of this like fame worship, and it's just never resonated with me personally. But that's just me personally. But I'm going to ask, are a lot of these famous people that are in the limelight, that, these people that are put out there and that somehow just hit this overnight fame, right? And popular and blah, blah. You know what I'm talking about. All these famous people. Are a lot of these people that we also know are not very nice people. Are a lot of these people non-playing characters? I'm asking the hermit to shine the light on that, okay? So let's shuffle it up. Let's shuffle it up. I bet if you don't have a soul, well, let's just shuffle this one first and then I'll say that. Yeah. Yeah. They were created for this fame and they were created for that, you guys. They were created just for that. They're non-playing characters. A lot of them. A lot of them. Oh my God. There's our second yes. So yes, a lot of them were created. A lot of them were created. They're non-playing characters. Okay, so what I was going to say is, I bet if you don't have a soul, it would be a lot easier to control you. It would be a lot easier to addict you to those nasty drugs, right? Because you would be seeking. This is the thing. I'm not saying that people that have souls aren't addicted to things, because come on, we know that. That's just bullshit. People are addicted to things. They've created a society of wanting that. They've created a society of trauma, so trying to dumb down your own trauma, right? So you reach for the booze, you reach for the drugs, you reach for all of these things. And they've done that on purpose, right? They've provided the fear, and they provide the toxins that they want you to take in to dumb you down and destroy your life, basically. So we know that people with souls can become addicted to things. We know that. But I'm just saying, I bet it's a lot easier if you don't have a soul to be okay with doing that type of stuff, because you don't have that spark in you that truly wants you to live a life, a good life, a life where you're helping others. And you know what that spark does inside of you. It makes you all want to help people. That's why you all took the time to try to educate people about these things and whatnot, right? I mean, it's because we care. It's that spark that makes us we care about others. We care about the planet. We care about people. We care about animals. We care. We care what happens to the generations that come after us, even though we'll be long gone. We care, right? So if you don't have that spark within you, I imagine it would be a lot easier to get you into these practices, to say, hey, they're not worried about losing their soul, you guys. They don't have one. You know, I've heard people say that, just these people don't even care what happens to them when they're gone. Because when they're gone, they're gone. That's so interesting. That's so interesting. So yeah, a lot of Hollywood was created. A lot of these famous people are created. They are non-playing characters. Our governments, our leaders, those people in power, a lot of them are non-playing characters, you guys. Makes it pretty obvious to me, a little more obvious to me, how they can do these heinous things. And also makes it even more obvious, you guys, as to why they're trying to steal our spark of light. Now, we've all known that they can't create light because they're dark, right? They can't create their own light, and so they're stealing it from us. They traumatize us, and they pull that out of our root chakra. That's part of these horrific practices that they do, right? So that makes even more sense why they're trying to steal our spark of light, doesn't it? Because they don't hold any. They don't hold a spark of light at all. Okay. And doesn't this go right into the whole cloning thing that we've been learning about and stuff as well? So, very interesting. Very interesting, non-playing characters. Most of Hollywood, most of our leaders, these powerful people, leaders, they don't have that spark of life. They don't have that spark of light. They don't carry source within them. That's why they want your babies and your children. All of our children and our babies. That's why they want, they're trying to steal their light. Okay. All right. So we've just come around to that. We've known they're trying to steal their light to make their power and whatnot. But I have another question before we get off here. I'm sorry, we're 28 minutes and 54 seconds in. But here's my question. A lot of what they're doing today and all of the things that we know of and them, the horrific things that they're doing, that we know they're trying to steal that spark. Do they have so they know that their time is ending. I'm going to start with that. So these guys know and have known, haven't they, that this really is the end for them. I'm asking that first, and then I'm going to ask a couple questions off from that, you guys. These guys know this really is the end for them. Have known it, right? They've known this day was coming for a long time. So let's see what they say about that. Have these guys known this day was coming for a long time? Yes. They've known it for a very long time because water is not fast moving. So if we'd have gotten an Ace of Swords or whatever, I might have said, okay, they've known it. Maybe not for a long, long time, but they've known it. If we'd have gotten an Ace of Wands, that's like fire. That's also quick moving, right? But Pentacles and water are a little slower. So if it moves slower and we're asking a question, and they've known this for a long time, they've known this day, their ending is coming for a long time. Wow. Let me tell you something, you guys. This is interesting. Wow. This might go a little longer than I was expecting. All right. So they have known that their day is ending for a long time. These non-playing characters have known it for a long time, right? They don't carry the spark of life. They don't carry that spark of light. They've known that their day is ending for a long time. So they have been using their magic, trying to figure out ways that they can stay here. They don't want to go. They've been using all the tricks of the trade, right? This is part of what they're doing down in those dumps. They're trying to create a way that their life form keeps getting to stay here on this planet. They are trying to figure it out. They're doing all sorts of things. They've been trying to save themselves for a long time, pulling out all the stops, right? Okay, so this woman is sovereign and she's abundant, okay? So these people know they're different than us and they're in abundance. They know they're different than us. They don't consider us the same as them, right? Now we know they're not the same as us. They don't like what we stand for because they don't hold it. They don't hold it. So these guys are abundant and they're doing all of these awful things trying to survive. They want to survive. And they're doing anything they can. They're pulling out all the stops, you guys. All the stops. Black magic. Experiments. Like abominations. Just like in Atlantis. They're creating abominations. You can't do that. You just can't do that. Nature just ends up poo-pooing on that. Just like they did in Atlantis, right? You just can't do that. So, yeah, they've known for a long time. So it's driving this whole reading as their community. It's being fought by my good military card, you guys. So this whole community is being fought by the good military card. And so basically what this is telling me is that this operation that we know of, that we know is going on worldwide with the military, it didn't just start a few years ago. It didn't just start in 2016. It didn't just start in 2013. It didn't. This goes way back to, like what I was saying, one of the first things, thank goodness, that I learned about when I was on my road to learning a lot of the stuff that I've learned over the years as a conspiracy theorist, as of this, or whatever you want to call it, as somebody who discerns and things outside of the box, right? So one of the very first things that was brought into my awareness was secret societies, the good ones and the bad ones. And when I learned of these secret societies, the thought was, okay, that it was firemen and policemen and some masons and doctors and lawyers and ordinary people that would be just going to work every day, that might be your neighbor, just looks like an ordinary person, right? And politicians and healers and like all walks of life that had signed into these secret societies to be on the side of humanity because of the secret societies that were working against humanity, right? So in my awareness, I learned about these secret societies way back in my early 20s. So that, and I've been around a minute. So they were being talked about and in fruition a long time, right? So some people believe this happened with the Kennedy assassination, that was when the secret society for humanity came into being. And so quite possibly, that's when it all started. Or it could have gone back even farther than that, for all I know. But I know in my lifetime, there's been a bunch of good guys on humanity's side to bring justice to these guys, right? And so they've been hunted, more or less, and they've known it. So, and even if you read that yes across, yes, they've known it, they've been hunted, they've known that this day was ending for them. So that leads me to my next question, and I'm going to ask right off the yes. No. I'm going to ask off the magician. Is one of the things that they're doing with their experiments and creating things down there, are they trying to steal our spark of light in the hopes that they can somehow continue on past this time where their time is ending? Does that have something to do with the magic that they're trying to perform to keep themselves going? Staying here on the planet. Is that what they're doing? Is that why they're, not just to create their nefarious deeds and whatnot, but is that do they somehow feel that spark of light, if they figure out how to steal that from us truly, do they feel like that will help keep them going so that their time doesn't end? You know how when you're channeling, you don't know even really what you're talking about, but you're trying to get out what's coming in, right? It's kind of what's happening right now. Yeah. So we get the Queen of Pentacles, and she's a mass manifester. So she wants to create, and she can create easily right? So in reference to, are they trying to steal our spark of light so that they can stay here and we get a creator? Then yes, they're trying to steal our spark of light so that they can stay here, so that they can create themselves into being in a way where, like with us, we know that our soul moves on and then we can come back if we want, but we know we never die. We know that. And these guys are trying to get to that place too. Isn't that interesting? But these are the non-playing characters, you guys. Let me get another one on that. The Page of Cups. Yeah. So they think if they steal it from our children, a Page of Cups, the 12 and younger, that will allow them to continue their lifespan. Right. So we already know that, though. So we know that they believe if they partake in this horrible stuff, that will lengthen their lifespan. But what I want to know, what I'm asking, I know I've got to be more specific because, okay. Because cards are illiterate, and so because of that, they're very literal. You know what I mean? So maybe I asked that question too loosely. Okay. Are they trying to steal the spark, thinking somehow they can put a spark of life in them? Are they doing this so that they can put a soul into them? Is that part of what they're trying to do? To take the soul so that they can like steal the soul, so that they can have the soul and now somehow live on through stealing a soul. I guess that's maybe the best way that I can ask what I'm trying to ask. You guys. Yeah. The sun is a yes. So they think so they're trying to steal it. We just got, and it's also the children. Again, you guys. So it's from the children. They somehow think that they're trying to figure out a way not just to like lengthen their lifespans and do all of that awful stuff that they're doing, these evil, evil things. But they're trying to like take these babies' souls for themselves. That's what I'm getting here, you guys. That's what I'm getting. So, all right. So now I'm asking the universe to give us another synopsis, give us another story around these non-playing characters that are doing these evil things. I want to know, are all the non-playing characters that are occupying the world today bad? I mean, they can't all be bad, right? I mean, we probably know some of them. Who knows? This is all kind of crazy, isn't it, you guys? Who knows? So I want to know, are all the non-playing characters that are occupying our world today, are they all nefarious? That's what I'm going to ask. Are they all nefarious? Because I'm imagining that some of them are just like here to like fill space. I don't know. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just to like kind of take up space, maybe. I don't know. But that's what we'll see, right? So are all the non-playing characters that fill up the world today, are they all nefarious? I want to know that. Got a lot of water here. So they're not all nefarious, you guys. But their time is ending, even though they're not nefarious. So there's going to come a day where these non-playing characters are just going to cease to exist. They're just not going to be here anymore. Which tells me that probably some of them really were here to just take up space. Which makes me think back to that. I think I linked it a while ago, right? For anybody that wanted to watch it. That 5-hour documentary that I linked. The Hidden Secrets of the Earth or something like that. I linked it in a video back a ways. But it makes me wonder if a lot of those non-playing characters were created back when we see all of these towns and stuff void of people, and then all of a sudden there's all these orphans, and I'm wondering if that's like when a big amount of these non-playing characters got dumped into the picture. So that's interesting. That's probably a whole other, I can't go into that. We're 44 minutes already in here. So what I'm getting here, not anything in this is saying that all of these guys are nefarious. Many of them are just ordinary. They seem ordinary, like ordinary people. The thing that's hidden is that they're a non-playing character. They, you know, It's not their fault that they came into being. This was done to them. Like, they don't know. Not all of them know. So the energy driving this, yeah, they're brought in as children. Probably about half and half are good, you know. Half is, there's just a little imbalance here. So either a little more than half are bad, and a little more than half are just like, you know, just living out lives. But not all of them are bad. So just a little off from like 50-50. And then, yeah, they're blind to it. They don't know. So a lot of these, they just don't know. They've just been thrown into society. They're just non-playing characters. And they don't even know. They don't even know. They're blind to it. Right? But across from this, it looks as though we've got, because we have these two ending cards, one atop the other, you know. We've got the, well, this isn't a complete ending, but it's like near an end, wish fulfillment, and then this complete ending right here. So I think we're in a time right now where this is just going to stop. It's just, you get rid of the facilities that they're doing this in, or however they're going about doing it, and it's just going to stop. And maybe already we've gotten rid of the ways that they've been going about doing it, and that could quite possibly be why now they're saying, they're trying to get everybody to hop on this bandwagon about, let's create babies in pods. Yeah, moms, let's do that. You won't be inconvenienced with being pregnant. Let's start creating babies in pods. And I think that might be why they're trying to introduce that, because quite possibly, already the equipment that they have been using, or the ways that they've been going about doing this, has come to pass already. So before I finish up this reading, I'm just going to ask that, have the ways that they had been creating these non-playing characters so far, have they been taken out of the picture? Like, have they lost their ability to continue to create these non-playing characters? So with these military missions and the cleaning out of the dumps, have they lost their ability, their technology, whatever it was that they've been using down there doing this? And so has that already come to pass? And that's why these non-playing characters will come to pass, because once they die, that's it. They're dead. Once they're all killed off or die naturally, of however long they live or whatever, and that's it, because no more will be being created, right? So has their equipment been destroyed? Have they lost the ability to continue to create these non-playing characters? This is very interesting. Makes me want to look into it again a little deeper with some more questions or something. Temperance. So alchemy and moving out of troubled water. And okay. So for the most part, yes, for the most part, they've lost their stuff. There's still some, because moving out of troubled water, you're not completely out of the troubled water yet. So there's still some equipment, so whatnot. But the biggest piece of it has, the biggest amount of what they were using, however they're doing this, you guys, it's lost. It's lost to them. So most of their ability to do this has been lost to them. Most of their ability. So I'm asking, is the only thing they've got left now the knowledge? Because they've got the knowledge, but maybe they don't have the equipment. So is the only thing that these nefarious people have left now to do the creating of this stuff, the knowledge, but they don't have the money or the funds or the technology running right now, but they still have the knowledge, because it does show that they've still got a little bit, and you know, they've still got means. And when you're moving out of troubled water, you know, you're not completely out of it yet, right? And with temperance, there's that alchemy going on, right? Like what they did in Atlantis and Lemire. So let's see. Is all they've got left by means of creating non-playing characters, is all they've got left right now, at this stage of the game. Do all they have left right now for creating these non-playing characters, is it just the knowledge of how to do it? Breaking new ground. So knowledge. So they're probably already trying to put together new ways, you guys. Is that right? Is that right? I'm going to cut again. So the knowledge. They're breaking new ground. They're trying to figure out new ways to do it. They're fighting to do it. But, it's not going to happen. So they somehow, here we go again. They think they're righteous. They think this is a good thing. They think what they're doing is, they think what they're doing is righteous. So yeah, they're already trying to come up with ways to break new ground. They do have the knowledge. They do have the knowledge. And so they want to implement the technology. They're fighting to implement more technology. They somehow think it's better, that they're better humans. Not all flawed, and spiritual, I guess. I can't keep going, you guys. We're 51 minutes in. It's so long. But I want to come back and do more on this because this is, it's fascinating to me. So, yeah, I want to learn more. So anyway, if it's fascinating to you too, think of questions for us to ask and put them in the comments, and I'll write them down, and we'll keep digging on this, because to me, this is fascinating stuff. So, okay, you guys, if you found some value in this, if you enjoyed this, go ahead and like, share, comment with ideas of more digging into this. If you want to see more of my videos, subscribe. And if you want to see all of them, go in and hit the all notifications. Even if it's highlighted, you got to hit it. And I think that's the spiel. That's the spiel. All right, you guys. Yeah, I hope that you did find some value in this. It's very interesting to me. Like I said, my mind is wide open. There's so many questions that I have regarding this. I should have asked, it did show that we're in abundant. I would have liked to have seen percentage-wise. I should have done that, but that can be another dive into these non-playing characters. Think of questions, please. And this is very interesting to me. I keep saying that. This is so interesting to me. Also, since I'm already 53 minutes in, I just want to say thanks for everybody for answering me as far as the community page when I asked if you guys preferred me to put just the cards up and then a written explanation, or go ahead and quickly do the reading myself. Well, a reading doesn't go quick, but once I do the reading, just do a quick video and put that up. Just for like those little boosts of information and stuff. So thank you everybody for participating in that. Those of you that did answer. So it looks like most people prefer that little video. So I still want to do something on that community page, right? I mean, they give it to me, so I feel like I should fill it with something. So I think what I'll do is, like, days like this when I've done a reading, I clearly won't do like a little look into anything, other than just the reading. So days like that, what I'll do, I think, is maybe pull from the oracle or whatever and just put the pictures and the writing up on the community page. And then on the days that I do the little videos and I put the videos up here on the main part, going into the videos, I'll think of something for us over there, some sort of inspiration, some sort of healing energy. Maybe I'll start putting up a crystal, so that everybody can get the crystal healing energy, or I don't know, I'll see, but I don't want to, I feel like I want to use that community page as a way of like just spreading even more healing. Like the more healing we can get out there, the better, right? That's how I look at it. So anyways, you guys, much, much love, many blessings. I hope that you enjoyed this. I was just kind of winging it because, you know, I'm so uneducated on this. I don't even know really the questions to ask. That's why I asked him to start with a story. Hadn't thought of really any questions. I was just kind of rolling as we went, right? Okay, you guys, so much, much love, many, many blessings from me to all of you. And until next time, please do take care. All right. Bye.